Hello and welcome to another weekly episode of Obscura and Undead Reviews. I'm Mazzy.
I'm Mels.
And this week we are reviewing Madison, Wisconsin / Tucson, Arizona new band, Yuka, Zolo, and their debut album, Bleed.
Yeah, so this band is made up of four members, Yuka Faye on vocals, Tony Zolo on bass, Kaiser Zolo on drums, and Yuka Tai on guitar. So
I like how they did the names in the band. It's the band name.
They did, and that's just amazing. I mean, maybe it's truly their names. Maybe
Possibly, in which case, great names, great band name. But if you like dark post-punk in the vein of Otzi, Mystic Priestess, and other bands maybe along the lines of Belgrado, with a little bit of, like West Coast LA Deathrock thrown in, then this is the album for you. And it's short. It's like 16 minutes. It's 6 tracks. But it is amazing.
It's fire.
Yeah, so it leads in with Dissector, where you get the front woman's vocals just yelling and energetic, and you got these really energetic drums and all these yelping noises that I love.
I feel like they put the most into this song as the opener. Like it has the whole shebang going on. You have a double chorus, the 1-2 punch of a double chorus, and then you have harmonizing vocals as well, which I love. I'm here for a chord change in the middle of the chorus, and it's just it does have some nostalgia to it.
There are a lot of familiar elements.
But I thought this song was fresh and exciting and a great opener.
Yeah, really energetic. And then that goes right into track 2, Spinebender, which kind of, is a little bit silent. It's not as, you would have maybe expected something like to just rage right in, but no, you get this sexy ass bass intro.
You love the sexy ass bass. And now I'm hearing it too, because I know that you're all about that bass.
Mm-hmm.
It's Spinebender is the longest. No, it's not the longest track. Never mind. Scratch that. But Spinebender and the next track, Deprivation, are the longest songs. And they were actually the lowest points for me on the album, probably because of the length, probably because of the stage that was set for from the first song. But I didn't get that harmonizing or that melody.
There was another voice, a second voice on Spinebender, and it was really energetic. Like I thought honestly the drums on that track were something you would just pogo around the dance floor to.
Yeah, and Deprivation as well. The lyrics were more shouty, as far as you've got your punk aggression, but less of the melody this time.
It kind of reminded me of like 90s Riot Girl, and I did feel this track was a bit pulled back energy-wise from the first two.
Definitely 90s Riot Girl as well, and even in my notes, I kept thinking of like Sonic Youth and other bands that were like that. Not necessarily Sonic Youth, because it sometimes had Thurston Moore singing, but there were a lot of I wish I could remember all the band names that there were, like right around the early grunge era, up and coming female fronted or full female bands.
Like Bikini Kill?
Bikini Kill. Yeah, there was a ton of them. And some of them bordered on like this surf rock kind of, surf punk kind of vibe.
But one thing that I really liked on Deprivation was that like kind of wailing guitar that helped drive the track forward.
And that's what reminded me a little bit of like a freshened up Deathrock. But I didn't know if this would be classified as that.
I don't know. I think it might be more in like the dark punk, dark post-punk. There are some Deathrock elements. But then we get to track 217.
I love this track. It slows down the energy, hardcore, but it's still dark and aggressive, if that's possible.
Yes, it's my favorite track off the whole album. I love the guitar work on it. I love the way the guitar, fades out.
This
but
one
it's just
reminded me the most grungiest. It was just like dark and heavy and thick.
honestly, maybe I need to listen to more grunge. I did not get a grunge vibe off of it at all.
I can totally sell you on grunge. I totally can. There's bad grunge, and there's the stuff that got popular, but underneath it was always an underground movement.
Mm-hmm.
This is what that reminded me of, the very beginnings of it.
Back when it was still like really raw and creative and innovative.
Yeah, and you had to go search for it before it was all like MTV popular, and
That makes sense, I guess. But no, I did find like this track sort of most compelling and most interesting. Then what is it? Track 5, Absolution. This track, I feel like if any track you want to single out as being more post-punk on this album, it's definitely track 5.
I actually felt that as well, and I really liked the vocals on this one. It had the dual vocals again, and I don't know if it's the lead doing that, if there's multiple people singing on it, or if it's the lead, her voice is duplicated. Mm-hmm. I'm not really sure, but it's really
I'm not sure at points either. That would be a good thing to find out.
And there is a music video or two, I believe, on YouTube that we should check out. Might give some insight to that, but I love when
take like detailed notes, pause it at frames, look for clues.
Yeah, I love when multiple people sing, especially when they're all playing instruments. Like especially when like a drummer is singing, or somebody.
Oh yeah, like in Otzi. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, and this band does a lot of Otzi.
How did you feel about track 6, which is also the title track, Bleed?
I loved it almost as much as the first track. I felt that the beginning and the last kind of capped off the album like bookends. I think they were the strongest for me on the album.
It was a very strong, energetic track. It was great to end off with. It was definitely a real jam.
And I like all the songs, but the choruses are more catchy on some of the tracks. So 217 being one of those, Bleed was also one of those where like the chorus is memorable. I can walk away from the album humming the tune and wanting to hear it again.
Right. Yeah. But again, really short.
So short.
I
know we don't have a ton of in-depth analysis for this, but you get a song that's 2 minutes long and then the whole album's 16 minutes.
And then you blink and it's gone, and you re-listen to it again. But that's something that I like. The songs aren't they're short, but they're not too short, but they don't go on long enough where you're just,
they don't overstay their welcome.
Yeah.
There are some songs where you're just like, oh my god, please don't keep repeating the chorus 8 times. This band is like, hey, here's the chorus. Did you like it? Song's over.
But it does really make me anticipate whatever they come out with next, because this is a debut album, and I feel like they really set the stage with a lot of potential, and I'm really excited.
Yeah, and it kind of feels like a demo tape. Just like, hey, here's what we sound like. That's all you need to know. But maybe there's more in the works.
Yeah, I certainly hope so. I don't have any more information on that, but it's definitely something I'm going to be keeping an eye on. So that is Yuka Zolo. And if you're a fan of, like I said, dark post-punk and dark punk and some death rock, I think you'll like this album. It's fantastic.
Fresh hot now.
Yeah, so go listen to it. Come back, tell us what you think. What are your favorite tracks? Which ones did you like? Did you hate any of it? I always find it interesting to find out why people hated something.
Well, I'd like if people got descriptive in their criticisms or the things that they like, instead of just, I like it, I hate it, Why?
Yeah, like point to why you like it, why you hate it.
There's things that I dislike in music, and I'll be like, I don't like third act surprise saxophone.
Yeah, but not.
That's very specific.
And that is okay. All right, so
very specific.
To move this along, next week we are going to be reviewing Senex 4's latest release, Gods and Taboos, which was released, I believe, on March 5th, or was it February 21st? I don't remember. We'll clarify next episode. I don't have it in front of me, unfortunately. We'll be doing a listening party for that next week, Monday, on our Twitch channel, twitch.tv/Obscura Undead. And as always, we want to thank you for joining us. Sorry to move through it so quick. I have to get back to work.
And I'm going to Disney.
Yeah, so as always, we'd like to thank you for sticking around, for watching the episodes, for commenting, for the folks who comment. I love seeing everybody come back week after week. And a special thank you to our Patreon supporters who help keep this show possible. If you want to see more of me and Mouse, check us out on Twitch, Facebook, Instagram. We do Twitch shit like multiple days a week, and it's a lot of fun. But until next time, bye.
Bye.
They say